a space where the experts speak your language in all matters health. This is Pooja Avasthi. They say that beauty is only skin deep. So, who better than a dermatologist to tell us that the skin, in fact, is a barometer of our larger health? Our guest today is Dr. Vandana Yadav, Assistant Professor, Department of Dermatology, Hind Institute of Medical Sciences, Lucknow. Welcome to Undoctored, Dr. Vandana Yadav. We wanted to know, first of all, that the skin is the largest organ of the body. But do you think we pay as much attention to it as it deserves?
Yes, the skin is the largest organ of the body, and it covers approximately 20% of the body surface area and approximately 15% of the body weight. And regarding if it's paid attention, I'll be biased because I've been studying it for 5-6 years now. So we do pay attention, but yes, in general population, the awareness about the skin health and the skin diseases is not as much as for other organs, like for any cardiovascular organ like heart attack or blood pressure or diabetes. That is one reason. And the other reason is because the diseases which are there in the skin are not very, most of them are not very serious, not life threatening. Some of them are very long term, so it requires a very long term treatment and requires patience from both doctor's part and patient's part. So that is in general what I would like to say.
So what does a healthy skin look like? And flowing from that, if the skin doesn't look healthy, can it also mean that other parts of the body are not healthy?
Yes. So healthy skin is a subjective definition. Simply speaking, it would be like if any skin is free from diseases, like if there are no apparent diseases present, then the skin will be considered healthy. But with the growing awareness about the appearance of skin, at times people are worried about if my skin is healthy or not, depending on the complexion or the outer appearance of the skin, which is something which I would like to emphasize, that the healthy skin doesn't mean it has to be very fair, it has to be spotless, it has to be poreless, because these are the normal things which are present in everyone's skin. The problem is if you start paying a lot of attention to your skin, in cases in which it is already there are no diseases, then you might go on some psychological aspects which might increase, like in teenagers these time. There is a lot of misconceptions, there's a lot of Instagram treatments, Instagram suggestions which are being going on, and they are very worried about their normal appearing skin.
Right.
And the second part of the question was, yes, the skin does reflect if your other systems are healthy, because skin is the outer appearance which we can see. The inner organs we cannot see normally. So the skin does reflect the health of the other organs, and there are some diseases which help us to diagnose the underlying any problem if it is present in the body. I would like to highlight there are some cancers which we can detect from the appearance of any lesions or signs on the skin. So this is very important to examine your skin regularly to note if there are any ugly looking or there are different things appearing on the skin, and in general should take a normal care of the skin.
Now, one of the things is that when we talk of skin care, we automatically believe that this applies only to women. But I would like you to please share with us a basic skincare regime which applies to men, women, and maybe even children, if you would recommend so.
Yes. So the skincare routine have to be catered according to the skin type which patient has. So broadly speaking, we can categorize the skin into a normal type of skin, oily skin, dry skin, a combination skin, and a sensitive skin. So the advantage which normal skin people have is that they do not require a lot of they do not need to give a lot of attention to their skin, because their skin knows how to maintain it during different weather, and it resists external and internal changes which are occurring in the body. A normal appearing skin which is not too oily or too dry or too sensitive to any product requires a normal cleanser which could be something which patient has been using for a long period of time and it suits them. There's no need to change a lot of product. This is what is advised, to stick to the ones which are suiting your skin. And then if at times it appears oily or dry, a good moisturizer and sun protection. I would like to say that every skin type should have a good sun protection regime, which does not mean sticking only to the sunscreens. It could be physical sun protection, like using a good stole to cover the skin, using umbrella, because at times it's not practical to apply sunscreen. The proper way of applying sunscreen is in good amount, and it has to be repeated after 2 to 3 hours, every hour. And if you are sweating a lot, then also it needs to be reapplied. So this is the general thing which can be followed by a person having normal type of skin. And then coming to the oily skin people do have a problem because the sebum secretion is slightly more. In some weathers, it is even a lot, and this can make the skin appear a bit shiny and some sticky looking, and they are also more prone for acne because they have more sebum secretion. So if the acne, which is in layman terms known as pimples, are a lot and are present for a very long duration of time, it is good to consult a dermatologist and get it treated properly. And the normal routine which they should follow is to use a cleanser which cleanses the oil and dirt also. So a good cleanser, moisturizer according to the need. A light moisturizer will do, containing hyaluronic acid. And then sun protection is important for them also, and it is a bit difficult for them to apply sunscreen because it does causes the skin to become more oily at times. Coming to the dry skin people, they have their skin is unable at times to maintain the hydration of the skin. So they need support of an external moisturizer, which should be good, a ceramide based moisturizer. And the cleanser can be very gentle cleanser, mainly sulfate free and not drying the skin unnecessarily. And then sun protection is important for them also. Then coming to the combination skin people, they have some areas which are oily at times and some area which are excessively dry. So they have both of these. So what they can do is they can use different moisturizer for different areas if it bothers them a lot. And then according to the need, they have to change their products a bit. In some weathers, they might need to go to a oily moisturizer and then a light moisturizer and sunscreen as it is.
Right.
And then the sensitive skin could be a dry sensitive skin, oily sensitive skin, or a normal sensitive skin. And they have to tell what they have to do is they might react to the products which are being used. So they have to find a good, gentle product which suits their skin, and they have to stick to it.
So at what age does one start using products on the skin?
Actually, there's no fixed age. At times, they are needed according to the skin type and according to the diseases which might come and go with time, or there are different diseases which can appear at different ages. So if they are appearing at some ages, they can start using the products. And for protecting the skin, it is important because the aging can happen in two ways. One is intrinsic aging, which is the natural aging which is occurring from our body because of the division of the cell, aging of the cell, and accumulation of products. So we cannot do a lot about it. Good diet would help. And then there is extrinsic aging, which we have a very good part to play, like sun protection. Extrinsic aging constitute approximately 70 to 80% of the aging. So a good sunscreen, you can start applying it from after 20, 25 or 30 years of age. In children, we do not advise sunscreen because they require vitamin D, and it is not very practical for them to apply sunscreen in a proper way. So a good sunscreen, and apart from that, there's no I would not say there's any fixed age at which we can start applying these products.
Right. Because my question also comes from the fact that girls at a very, very young age, and perhaps boys also, with all that Instagram and social media culture, they want to use all sorts of products on their skin, which, please tell me, do they cause them more harm than any benefits?
Yes, this is a very good question. And yes, I have also observed there are so many patients who come to us with they are panicked. They have read so much, they have seen so many videos, and they are unsure what to do, because there is an information overload which is being going. Everybody is suggesting something, they use it, they find it good, and they suggest it to other people. So yes, in teenager, both boys and girls, they are, the good thing is they are more aware about their skincare. And the bad aspect in this, they are at times they are overzealous. They are using everything they can have their hands on.
Right.
So at times it does do harm. If a patient is having a very acne prone skin, using a lot of products, doing massages and this cleanups, this does aggravate that. They have a tendency, and then these factors contribute to make the disease worse. So at times it can cause harm. And if a person, if a person is not having a lot of problem, then they can try and test the products which they want to use. And if a sensitive skin person uses, they might have some allergies with these products, because they have a lot of ingredients, a lot of preservatives, which might cause harm to the skin. So what and it is also associated psychologically, because they are so worried about their skin, of anything which appears on the skin, and they make it out of, they think it is out of proportion. So they are that aspect also needs to be considered, because they just want a fixed regimen, that if I keep doing this, my skin will become absolutely flawless. Or so these are unrealistic expectations. Everyone has a skin which they have. What they can do is they can take good care of it, and not a lot worried about the skin complexion, or if anything appears on the skin.
Right. Right. You spoke about products at the beginning, Dr. Yadav, and that we should keep using those products which we have been using. It's not necessary to keep changing them. Please teach us a little about reading. How do we read products? How do we read ingredients? For instance, I might go to buy a sunscreen which will have fragrance from this and smoothing effect from this and something else, but it might not have zinc oxide, which is the primary ingredient for sunscreens. So please just give us a little overview of what are the ingredients that I must look for in these basic skincare products, and not worry about whether it has aloe vera and whether it has rosemary and all the rest of it.
Yes. So, speaking regarding the sunscreen, there are two types of sunscreen: a chemical sunscreen and a physical sunscreen. So the person who have a very sensitive skin, it's good to go with a physical sunscreen, because that has less tendency to irritate the skin. And then in chemical sunscreen, there are some ingredients which might cause allergy in some patient, but they are very less. So what one thing you can do is you can use the product. If it is causes any problem to your skin or any rashes, then you have to see which ingredients are present in that, and you try avoiding same ingredient in your next product which you are planning to use.
Right.
And
So, sorry, doctor, but then in my sunscreen, what is that one essential product that should be there in my sunscreen for it to be?
there's no one essential product which should be there. There are two categories, as I
Okay.
said earlier, that there are some components which make a layer on the skin, and they have physical protection from the sun. And then there are some chemicals which are there, they make some chemical change. They are chemical components of the skin. Their mechanism of action is different.
Okay.
So we cannot say that there's one product there's one ingredient which should be necessarily present in the sunscreen to make it good. This is a combination of products. And there are both advantages and disadvantages. Like the physical sunscreen, they have a tendency to form a white cast on the skin, and some people, they do not find it very aesthetic, so they try to go to a chemical sunscreen. So it's a combination, it's a permutation and combination which you have to find for your skin. And if you have any difficulty finding a good product for your skin, then it's better to consult a dermatologist. They'll evaluate and they'll advise a good product which you can use.
Similarly, for moisturizer, what is that one ingredient or those two ingredients that my moisturizer must have?
Same for moisturizer. There are different types of moisturizer for different type of skin. Like a oily skin might not need to have a very thick moisturizer. A general guide would be, if oily skin is present, then gel based moisturizer will help. They are not going to make it even more oily. And if a dry skin is there, then a cream-based or a lotion-based moisturizer can help. And regarding the ingredients, hyaluronic acid containing sunscreens are very light on the skin. They do not appear very greasy and oily. And then there are ceramides which are good for dry skin because they help to make the skin they help to combat the dryness of the skin, providing an external support to the skin.
Right. And what does a night skincare regime consist of? Again, both for men and for women.
Night skincare regime would just contain a cleanser which suits your skin, and if you require, then only a moisturizer.
Okay.
I would suggest this much. And then if it will also depend about according to skin type. If you have no problem or your skin no disease per se, then these two things are absolutely okay. If you have acne, then there are specific things which you need to add to your regimen. If you have some pigmentation like melasma, then different things needs to be incorporated. For a person who has no visible disease on the skin, that
Right.
I'm not a big advocate for a regime, a morning regime or night regime, because the people do come with 5, 6 things for their morning regime and then 7, 8 things for their night regime. These are going on, but these are not required for everyone.
Right. So as you said, there are 2 things that I should be using in my morning regime. My cleanser and my moisturizer, and of course my sunscreen. And in the night, it's just cleanser and moisturizer. On cleansers, some soaps advertise themselves as very good for the face as well. But should soap be used on the face?
Soaps can be used by on the face, but there are you have to look for the ingredient. There's no difference between using a foam for cleansing your face, a liquid soap, or a bar containing soap, because it mainly depends on the ingredient. At times we do advise soaps. They have some specific ingredient which help for the patients who have acne prone skin or who have acne. And then we advise a very non-foaming cleansers for dry skin, because the foaming cleansers, they make the skin, they further dry up the skin. So a non-foaming cleanser for an oily skin, and a non-foaming cleanser, sorry, for a dry skin, and a foaming cleanser for oily skin, so that it's better able to cleanse all the oil which is present in the skin and make it a bit dry, which is going to help the person.
And is this wrong understanding that expensive is always better when it comes to skincare products?
Yes, definitely. I would go with that. It doesn't mean if you're using an expensive product, it's not going to cause any reaction in your skin, or it is going to help your skin a lot. The products which we are using, this is to just support our skin. This is not, any face wash is not going to make a person fair, because the original skin color which is there, it's going to be there. Temporarily, some products might or might not change the skin complexion. And then definitely, if a product is expensive, it doesn't mean it's going to make your skin very different from what it already is. So we have to go with a product which suits our skin, and whatever we like we have some tendencies for using some products which we like, so we can keep using if it is not causing any harm to the skin.
Right. What about products from our kitchen? Because India has a long history of homemade beauty products. So are they blanket safe? Or again, we should be testing everything according to what suits our skin and what does not?
Yes, so it is not a very good idea to use the products which we use from our kitchen, like lemon and aloe vera from our garden is very commonly being used. I have seen few people developing allergies to aloe vera, both plant taken directly from the plant or taken from any product. So this is a misconception which is present in our society for a very long period of time. In some patients, they do not cause any harm, and they have good moisturizer effect, hyaluronic acid, so they do make skin slightly better. But these products should not be used for any specific skin diseases. Like in acne, if you apply this product, it's going to make my acne better. These are the things which we have to avoid. And then there are other products also, lemon also can cause excessive dryness of the skin. In some patients, it can cause some allergies also, which might make the skin red, itchy, flaky.
Right, right. So, I mean, it's not
Yeah.
a one-shot solution for everybody.
Yes.
But is there any product in our kitchens which is like sure shot helpful for everything?
Yes, these products which we naturally use for our skin are. I would not advise reading a lot of about the products. I found that every one of them have disadvantages, and
Right.
the advantages which are there is not for any disease. This is only for making the skin appearance slightly better. You if you clean your skin, you apply something. There's a feel good
Right, right.
feeling that the skin is appearing better. So, not a very scientifically backed thing to do for the skin.
Right. You did mention hyaluronic acid earlier. Now, this is something new that we have started hearing from the last few years. So we talk about retinols, we talk about niacinamide. Could you just give us a brief primer on what these are and what their uses are? And again, that should everybody be using it?
So I would start with saying that not everybody should be using, and these products, some products are there which can be used by by general population on general recommendations, because they they have less tendency to cause any irritation to the skin. Like niacinamide is very popularly being used for a lot of indications, but they are not indicated for all those things. And then coming to hyaluronic acid, it can be used. This is an ingredient for moisturizer, and this is a good ingredient. It helps to keep the moisture in the skin and make your skin less prone to drying, less prone to irritation and itching. So it can be used. And again, it depends on your skin type. If it is causing any problem, because any product can cause problem in a person. And and it's not that there's one single product which is going to work for everyone. This
Right.
this is not the concept. You have to find which product is working for your skin best, and you have to use that. Then coming to we covered niacinamide, hyaluronic acid. Then coming to retinols. Retinols are also getting very popular these days, and retinol do have they have a good effect on the skin, in the sense that they help us to exfoliate the skin, to remove the extra layer on the skin, and they do have anti-aging effect also.
And niacinamides, you said, which are not for everybody. For what skin condition are they prescribed?
Niacinamide has an effect. It has an effect for making the skin even tone, like helping with some pigmentation which are present in the skin. Not every type of pigmentation. Pigmentation is a general word in which there can be multiple causes. So after acne, if there is some pigmentation or some marks which are left, niacinamide can be used for that indication. And then in general, it's not necessary for everyone to use it. That is a very important thing to understand, that uh, if there are products available in the market, it doesn't mean that you have to use it on your skin. If you feel like there's any need, then only you need to use it.
So this question is beyond just medicine, but how
Yes.
do we learn to be happy with our skins? Because increasingly we are unhappy with how we look, how our skins are, how our hair is, just about everything. So, but how do we learn to accept and be happy with our skins?
Yes, this is, I would say, a multi-dimensional question. This doesn't stick to skin. So happiness is an inside job. So if we see people being happy with not so socially accepted appearance or skin type, and then we see many people who have a good socially accepted skin or hair or body type, and they are not very happy. So these external appearances, which are of skin, hair, or body, they do not play a very good part for your real happiness, which I would say your mental peace, your satisfaction with your life, with your work, with your which could be multidimensional, like satisfaction with your personal life, with your professional life.
Basically, what you're saying is that happiness isn't dependent on skin type and how we look and
Yes.
how much we weigh.
A good guide would be to accept your skin as it is. Try taking good care of it so that you can maintain it properly. And then the most important thing is accepting your skin type. Like I'm a firm believer that every skin color is healthy, and every skin color is a beautiful skin. It doesn't, our societal norms are a fairer skin is better than a dark skin type, but beauty doesn't lie in any skin type. There are multiple skin types which are present. And if a person is fixated about making their skin different than what it already is, that is a big source of unhappiness, because the happiness is accepting what you have and making peace with it, not wanting to have some different skin color. I'm saying
Right.
regarding the skin and hair, not expecting to have a different skin color or a different hair type or different hair volume, or different body appearance, different height. It doesn't depend on all those things.
Right, right. So, Dr. Yadav, what are the
Which are
three things which are a complete no-no, which should be avoided at all costs as far as our skins go?
three things would be: one thing, trying a lot of products on your skin and getting fixated that this product is completely changed my skin, it is going to make it completely different. That is one thing. And the other thing is a lot of anti-aging gimmicks are going on. I would say aging is a normal process. Every one of us are going to have it. And the more accepting we are, the better it is going for our mental health. Third thing would be not spend a lot of money on the cosmetological procedures which are being sold to people, saying that this is going to make your skin fairer, this is going to make your skin spotless, this is going to make your skin perfect. Because there's no perfect skin. Everyone have their skin, and how they uh, how they feel in their skin is what is going to make them happy.
Right. And what are the three things that we must do for our skins?
The three things, this is a tricky question. Okay, let me think of the three things. The one thing is to know your skin type and to be aware of what products are making your skin appear good, and what products are making your skin appear making your skin appear not very healthy, like causing any redness or itching. So you have to be aware of the products and you have to choose according to that. The second thing would be to not
Well,
justice.
you were talking about do's, so maybe water is one of the do's. Water and diet.
Yes, water, but water is also overemphasized that you should drink a lot of water. You should drink a regular amount of water, and that is going to take care of your skin. And then sun protection, I would say, because after an age, it's a good idea to have a good sun protection regime in for persons. And then the third thing would be to not to delay. If you are having any skin problem, not to search it on Google and think of a diagnosis. You should consult a dermatologist, and not to delay your, because the skin problems are generally not very bothersome, so we tend to delay consulting a physician. So it's a good idea to get a professional help as early as possible, because this might not be serious, or this could be a serious thing in which early intervention can help a person.
So my final question to you would be that we generally go in for checkups, let's say once a year or once in 2 years. We don't necessarily go in for a skin checkup, but the normal checkup that we go for, would that be enough for our physician to point out certain inconsistencies in our skin for which we might need to see a specialist then?
Yes. Because these general, yes, the physicians, they can spot something on the skin. They might know what it is, or they might not know what it is, and they can have they can consult a dermatologist to specifically look at that disease and make a diagnosis and know what it is. So in general, this is I would not advise going for a regular skin checkup, especially during the early age. The most important thing which a skin checkup could help is to diagnose some early skin cancers which are there and which are present on the skin, and we can have a look on it, and we can do some tests, and we can diagnose if it is something serious to be worried about or not. In foreign developed countries, it is a norm to get your skin checkup done by a dermatologist, but then they have a lot of cases of skin cancers because of the geographical location they have, the sun exposure they have, the skin type they have. In India, fortunately, we have we are not very prone for melanoma, specific type of skin cancer, in which a general skin checkup is a very good thing, and it should be done regularly to diagnose it at an early stage, and the treatment can be made. But then also, you can go to a physician, and if they find something suspicious, they can consult a dermatologist, or you go to a dermatologist for any particular skin disease. You can be checked by a dermatologist. That could be a good opportunity for a general skin checkup done.
Thank you so much for your time, Dr. Yadav, and we hope to have you back at Undoctored again. But for now, this conversation is wrapped up. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for inviting me, and I hope this conversation help people to know about their skin in a more informative way, and to know about what are the do's and don'ts for their skin.
I'm sure. Thank you.
Thank you so much.